Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to let you know that I got the canvas and the Mod Podge at the Dollar Tree. The gemstones I got at Walmart for less than $3 a bag, and I will drop a link in the description box below where I purchased the Up House sticker. So the first step, I did the Mod Podge with the Up House sticker just because I wanted to give it a chance to dry. So when it was all finished, I could hang it up with no problems whatsoever. And so you just check and see where your house is gonna lay and start putting a thin coat of Mod Podge on it. This is the little paper sticker that I found on Etsy. I think the lady hand draws these. They're absolutely beautiful, and I think it was less than $5 including shipping. And I think there was also an option where you could print it out at home, but I just wanted to purchase it and have it sent to me. And so that is exactly what I did. And now I just pressed it down into the Mod Podge, and I'm gonna cover it with another layer of Mod Podge. I had to go in with just a little bit more because my edges wanted to keep lifting. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just like pressing down on the edges a little bit more and trying to make sure that there's not any lifting going on. Now it's time to start gluing on the gems, and if you have little ones, you can always use Elmer's glue. So here's what this step looks like in completion. If you wanted to, you could extend your gems to the outside, but I just didn't like the way it looked personally for me because you could see the edges from the front. So I go in with a little Sharpie and I just start drawing the balloon string lines and just in random places. And you're gonna see in the next step what I do to kind of fill that in and to cover it up, because obviously you cannot draw that many strings. Here's that step I'm talking about. I just went back in with more gemstones, put some glue on, and started kind of layering them over the middles of some of the gems that are already there. And it just gave it more dimension. It made it look fuller. It made it look like the balloons were just popping off of the canvas. I really love the way it looks, and I'm so glad I decided to do that. It filled in some gaps, as well as covering up the ends of the strings that I had drawn on. You can get super creative with this and add some blue paint, draw some white clouds on, totally make it your own, and that Mod Podge will dry and not look shiny when you're finished. This is probably the easiest and cheapest one ever. This little cup came from the Dollar Tree. The template is inside. All you're gonna need is a map from the Disney parks. So you just pop off that lid, and inside there are two coloring sheets. So if your child wants to color it, they can color the sheets that are inside of it, but we're going to use it as the template to cut the map. So I just unrolled the template and put it in the exact place where I want it. And you shouldn't have to tape it down, just hold it with your hand firmly and then trace around it, and then you're gonna cut it out. It's just that easy. So I wanted to cover up all of the writing, so I made sure that before I stuck it inside the cup that it was covered up by the other side that showed more of the map. And then you just push it in, spread it out a little bit, add your actual cup back into it, screw it on, and that is it, you guys. Seriously, how cute is this? Cannot get any easier. You can use any park map, you can use the holiday maps, you could use whatever that you would like. I'm just using a mason jar that I had laying around, and I already glued on Belle. I thought I was recording and I was not, but I basically just took some hot glue and stuck it on the bottom of Belle and pressed firmly into the lid. Now if your lid is not attached, you want to make sure that you put a line of glue around the inside and press it down. It's very important to use glycerin. That's going to help your glitter to fall a little bit slower, and then you're going to use distilled water. This one is a really easy craft as well. You could do this with any age. Next up, choose whatever glitter that you would like. Helpful hint, do not add as much glitter as I'm about to add because it will clump on the top of your water. Please don't do that. Just add like a couple of pinches at a time and make sure that it's not going to clump at the top. And then make sure when you're pouring your water that you leave a little bit of headspace. That way when you put your figure in and screw the lid on, that you're not overflowing it. As you can see here, I'm getting quite a bit of glitter stuck to the top, and you do not want that. That is way too much. Next, you're going to add your glycerin, and I just eyeball it. I'm used to eyeballing things because I cook a lot. So if you need to measure it, but I just decided to eyeball it. If you do use too much glitter, you can always go in and scoop it out with a plastic spoon. Now, if you have small children, you could go in with some E6000 glue and make sure you put it around the inside of that lid. That way they cannot get it open and cannot make a mess. You can get super fancy and add a ribbon. You can add a red rose to the top. Do whatever you would like. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you make these crafts, and I'll see you next time.